we are in the heart of Beijing, and we're in Tiananmen Square. To the left is the National Museum of China, and over here is where we're headed, the Great Hall of the People.
We're actually covering one key event in China's political calendar, the two sessions. They're actually the annual gatherings of China's top legislature and China's top political advisory body.
Well, we're here to cover the opening meeting of the NPC session. And you know, it's a lot warmer this year than it was a year ago when we were in the freezing snow.
I do remember, but in fact, I heard that you are a regular now. What's the deal?
Well, you might say that. This is my third visit since last year's two sessions. The first time was in September when I received the Chinese Government Friendship Award, and that was really an honor. Then back in January, I attended Premier Li Chang's symposium. And now, back for the new two sessions.
Thank you so much for sharing. In fact, you know, the two sessions are always significant. They are key to understanding China's development, how its political system works, and where the country is headed.
You know, there might be some people watching who don't really understand that the two sessions shape policies that affect not only China, but the entire world.
It's hard to believe. It's been almost a year since we were here last time. As you can hear, a bit of the sound from background, it's actually some deputies answering questions from the media.
You know, it's really exciting to be here again, and I'm much more familiar with the process this time around. The Chinese premier will deliver the annual government work report.
To some extent, observing China's two sessions is essentially observing the Chinese economy. One of the major tasks of the two sessions is to map out China's annual economic development plan, set the growth target, and announce macroeconomic policies. The government work report covers all these aspects.
I can already see lawmakers and political advisors making their way into the venue, and some people are wearing the traditional attire of ethnic minorities.
We actually come from a diverse ethnic groups and professions, including workers, farmers, entrepreneurs, scientists, and social celebrities. Even the smallest ethnic group is represented.
Around 3,000 journalists from all over China and regions and countries from around the world are here to cover the two sessions. And some of the crews are here to capture the perfect shot of this significant moment.
And also 3,000 NPC deputies and over 2,000 political advisors gather in Beijing to discuss state affairs.
They bring voices from all walks of life, and these voices, usually in the form of written suggestions and proposals, will also influence China's policy-making process.
And suggestions and proposals from last year resulted in the introduction of about 2,000 policies.
And this is how China's whole process people's democracy works. For me, this is democracy in its broadest, most genuine, and most effective form.
You see the people still doing their reports from around the world and getting really anxious for this to begin.
Chinese Premier Li Chang delivered a government work report on behalf of the State Council at the opening meeting of the third session of the 14th National People's Congress. The report highlights past achievements and sets development targets for the present year. After listening to the government work report, what stands out to me is how people's livelihoods always remain a top priority for Chinese policymakers. They consistently strike a balance between economic growth and social development, steadily improving the quality of life for the entire people.
The Minister's Passage is a really competitive spot.
You have to be here really early to grab a front row position.
And there will be live streaming, and that's on the passageway, which goes directly to the main hall of the Great Hall of the People.
Yes, and here you get some insight into China's development plan for the coming year as media can pose questions directly to the ministers on this passageway.
At this year's first Minister's Passage, the Minister of Transport head of the State Administration for Market Regulation, head of the National Financial Regulatory Administration, and the Minister of Education address topics like logistics cost reduction, platform economy growth, financial stability, and AI education.
So you're here again. What are you focusing this year?
Well, you know, this is 2025, and this marks the end of the 14th five-year plan for China's economic and social development. And I'm really interested to see which policies and measures will be rolled out to ensure that the development goals are met. What about you?
You know, China is already drafting the 15th five-year plan, and I'm keen to see how China will tackle new challenges and constantly meet people's aspirations for a better life.
And just a quick heads up, there will be several highly anticipated press conferences happening very soon. I'm looking forward to see what unfolds.